time. It hasn't started yet on Law and Crime. If you guys didn't catch the news, the judge is actually supposed to issue a curative instruction. He's going to tell the jury to disregard that statement we heard at the end of the day yesterday. I put it on Twitter, so let me get the exact wording of it. What's it? Yeah, he said, it's been 3 years. This is Relli. It's been 3 years. If he was innocent, he would be home a long time ago. And when he said that in court, like, nobody objected. The questions just kept going. And I think, I can't see what you guys in the chat were doing, but I was staring off into space, like, wondering, like, no one's gonna say pause? Why did he just say that? Rocky's not even in custody. Like, and the logic here, if he was innocent, he would be home a long time ago. Well, that would mean if he is home, then what? But he's supposed to, the judge, I guess, found out about this after court concluded for the day and was like, oh, well, I'm going to instruct the jury to disregard that. I hope we get to see the instruction. And if we don't get to see it, I hope somebody that's in the courtroom, like I'm Not a Lawyer Mel, will be able to tell us how that instruction went. Because you imagine in the time of it happening, you could be like, oh, disregard that. But when it's a day later, you probably need to refresh the jury on what exactly it is they're supposed to disregard, right? And I wonder if the judge at that point would give the additional context that, and by the way, the defendant's not actually in jail. He's not being held. He's not in custody. So there you go. There you go. That'll be a time. Still haven't started. Maybe they're giving the instruction right now off camera. Another thing, and this would be a good time. Let me find this video I think you guys will enjoy. You've heard me complain and gripe about how even though the trial has started and we've learned the prosecution, it's done. There is no video of Rocky firing these shots. We just don't have that footage. It's still a talking point going around on X. A lot of people are still mimicking it. And originally, we'll go through this at the lunch break, it was a statement made by Relli's attorneys to Rolling Stone that sparked this fire of this talking point that the whole thing is caught on video. So we're going to get into that in more detail on the lunch break. We'll look at some of the filings because we know they're going to take one of their hour-and-a-half lunches. But let's see, where was... And I want to get the name right. I know it was Goku Fan that sent it. Let's see. All right. So again, big shout out. And again, if I don't know this name on YouTube, so I don't know if you're in here and I wouldn't know what name to shout you out if you're hanging out with us today. But super huge shout out to Goku Fan 6661, whoever you are. You know, we were talking about this claim in the filings that specifically Mr. Meyer's shooting of plaintiff was captured on video surveillance. He sent over, maybe she sent over this clip from Relli's lawyers saying that they didn't even see the video at the time that they made this statement to Rolling Stone. So this is going to be awkward sound. You might want to lower your volume. If you can lower your volume, it's going to sound pretty awful. Here we go. I'm going to open it up and switch over to it.
Waiver arraignment and just put the matter overall together.
So this is separate case than your client suing Rock?
Absolutely. This is the criminal proceeding, which is really the first step. It's our anticipation that the civil proceedings will trail or follow after the criminal proceeding.
Gotcha. So what is, if you know, this is obviously putting the cart before the horse, but if Rocky is found guilty on these charges, if it goes to trial, what would the punishment be?
Well, certainly that's up to the prosecutor. There is a range of sentences that they could give him. It's really a triad, and that's a, number of factors that will be considered.
Yeah.
Prior criminal history, the seriousness of the charges, and the willingness to accept responsibility of it.
Yeah. So now, what's your client's involvement in the proceedings today, or your involvement in the proceedings today?
Today, actually, we are not involved. Obviously, we will have a separate conversation with the district attorney, but this is simply.
All right, so they're about to answer this question about the video. Now, I see Darcy in the chat says, I was confused about the lawyers for the civil part. The article listed other attorneys. Now, there's 2 civil actions that are kind of now moving in tandem at this point. These were the original attorneys, and they're the ones that first filed the complaint in the personal injury. So assault and battery, it's Terrell Efron versus Myers, Rocky. These were the attorneys that penned that complaint and provided a statement to Rolling Stone in August of 2022. They're no longer representing him in that action. They're here. This was at one of the hearings at the courthouse for the criminal matter. But now Camille Vasquez has filed substitute counsel, I think back in July of 2024. So her firm is now taking over the personal injury case, and they're also the ones that filed Camille Vasquez and Ben Chu filed the defamation suit in 2023. So there's 2 civil actions, Darcy. And now Vasquez is representing Relli for both of them. So, but here, what do we get this question about this video footage? It's all on video.
Simply between the state of California and ASAP Rocky.
Yeah. So in your suit against Rocky, I understand that there is a video. Can you tell me what's on the video? What do we see?
Actually, we have not had access to the video, but it's our understanding that the video corroborates everything our client is saying regarding his encounter with ASAP Rocky.
So who has it?
LAPD.
Gotcha. Okay, so they've got it, so they're reviewing it now.
I believe the video has already been reviewed and corroborated what our client said, and then they made the decision to move forward, refer the case over to the district attorney, who ultimately made the decision to file the case.
As far as your understanding goes, how clear is what happened in real life replicated in the video? Not replicated, but displayed on the video.
Well, that's a hard question to answer without personally seeing the video, but based off of my understanding, there are absolutely no questions about the integrity or the reliability of what our client has said happened.
Yeah, things are clear. It seems pretty obvious from what might be on the video.
Once again, I would have to watch that video to be able.
So they say it like a billion times here, pretty much, that we didn't see the video, we believe that everything our client is claiming is corroborated. And to be fair, in their initial their civil complaint, they don't get into the specific. Again, this was filed over in August of 2022. It's a really short complaint, and where did they mention the video? They don't explicitly specify that the video captured the actual shooting. They just said a large portion of the incident was captured on video. Following an investigation by the Los Angeles Police Department, the defendant was arrested. But what's the problem here? What's the problem? There's a bit of an issue here. 2, kind of, especially considering Camille Vasquez has now taken over the civil action, because we're going to see what she's representing, what she represented in the complaint she filed in the defamation case. But what did these attorneys that we just saw in the video? They went to Rolling Stone. They gave a statement to Rolling Stone after filing this complaint in August 2022. This article was published in August 2022. And they give this statement to Rolling Stone that says the entire incident was captured by nearby surveillance cameras. And this Rolling Stone article had traction. So I believe this is that spark that sparked the wildfire of this. He's guilty. It's all on video. What's his defense going to be? So, you know. That's a thing. Then we had, and we can look at the full complaints on lunch, but just as a summary here, this screenshot is from the defamation complaint from 2023, penned by Camille Vasquez. At the bottom here, well, we'll review the whole thing because I don't think, we'll do a quick refresh. Has it actually started? Yeah, so we're still waiting. So this is how their general allegations start in this defamation filing. Plaintiff and Mr. Myers were recording artists. I don't know if that's true about plaintiff. Did we hear that Relli was a recording artist himself? That are part of a musical group known as ASAP Mob, with ASAP representing the motto, always strive and prosper. Members of ASAP Mob are also known by their stage name, preceded by the ASAP prefix. Myers is known as ASAP Rocky, and plaintiff is known as ASAP Relli. Now, Mr. Myers shoots plaintiff. On November 6, 2021, Mr. Myers contacted plaintiff and requested to meet plaintiff in Los Angeles. So here, it's Myers that made the request to meet up. Mr. Myers then proceeded to meet with plaintiff at his location in the Hollywood area. Mr. Myers initiated a verbal altercation and subsequently pulled out a handgun and pointed it at plaintiff. Mr. Myers fired multiple shots at plaintiff, which resulted in plaintiff being struck by bullet, projectile, and fragments that caused plaintiff injury. Mr. Myers then fled the scene on foot. A large portion of the video, and importantly, there's emphasis here, Mr. Myers' shooting of plaintiff was captured by video. So we have the original attorneys that wrote the complaint in the personal injury case that Camille Vasquez has since taken over, and there's no amended complaint yet over there. There's a separate action initiated by Camille Vasquez for this defamation case that we're looking at on the screen. This is 2023, and we're getting the statement that, importantly, Mr. Myers' shooting of plaintiff was captured by video. Oops, we don't have that, and we actually have the attorneys saying, like, look, we haven't seen the video personally. We don't have the personal knowledge. It's just upon information and belief from what we've heard that the video would corroborate our client's story. So, what do you guys think of all that? What do you guys think of all that? This is the time. But shout out to everyone. Let me timestamp this. I mean, I guess we're not technically starting with the day yet.